Yeah.
I'll get it. Yes, can I help you?
Mr. Wallace, I'm Mrs. Dodds. Well, can I come in?
Oh, yes, of course. You, are from the department?
That is correct. So, this is Driscoll House.
None other. Well, come along, Eunice. I'll introduce you to the other residents.
I beg your pardon. My given name is Alice, not Eunice. But of course you will address me as Mrs. Dodds, as will the women.
I'm sorry, I thought that
Yes, clearly. There's been a lot of misunderstanding in the department about the names, but I can assure you, Eunice Dobbs and I are not at all alike.
Yes, well...
Now, I want to see the records held on the residents here, and then I shall address them en masse, as it were. You'll see to it.
Whatever you say. Please, just come this way.
We seem to be one short.
Jilly Hayes. She's out job hunting.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll get to her later. Now, I've had some discussions about what might loosely be called the routine of this household. Quite frankly, I am appalled. But from now on, women specified to a specific duty will perform only that duty. It will be performed at the time specified and with a minimum of fuss and noise. There will be no bad language, and if any of you wants to have visitors, they'll have to be approved by me first.
We never had to do that before.
That's enough.
You don't think you're being a little bit strict, do you, Mrs. Dodds?
Well, it is up to me, wouldn't you say? The department ruling on Driscoll House is quite clear: smarten up or close down. And while the department appreciates that Miss Bryant possibly meant well, she was clearly not competent to run an establishment of this nature. Now, I think we can rest assured the Bryant experiment will not be repeated.
That's not fair. Judy done a good job. Things work real well here. The way you're talking, we may as well be back inside.
These changes are for your own good, not mine. And just you remember, Kelly... Is it?
Yeah?
Yes, Mrs. Dodds.
Yes, Mrs. Dodds.
Just remember, Kelly, you're not the only ones to benefit from this halfway house. We must preserve it as a haven for all those who follow you. Now, if you're not happy with the changes, you can find alternative accommodation.
Hey! Who polished this bloody floor? Come on, you mongrel. G'day, how's tricks? When did you check in?
Today?
We must have missed each other. I'm Jilly Hayes. Been playing up a bit tonight.
That's obvious. Now, I think we better get a few things sorted out. I am Mrs. Dodds, the new administrator of Driscoll House, and you are late in and a drunken disgrace.
Spot on. You win first prize.
There are rules here. It's time you learn them.
I'm a slow learner, Mrs. Dobbs.
Dodds.
Dibs, Dobbs, who gives this stuff? I live how I want to live. No bars, no screws, none of that crap anymore. So butt out, lady.
You have been warned, Hayes.
Don't you call me Hayes, you bitch. Oh, bugger you, Beryl. If you're here, I'm not.
No matter where you go, Hayes, there's going to be rules.
Not in the beds I've slept in, love.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Wallace.
How was your first night?
Oh, okay, quite well, thank you. I've been going over the staff schedules.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. I've got my routine all worked out.
That's all going to change, Mr. Wallace. From now on, I'll be looking after most of this. Of course, fixing drains, etc. will have to be your area.
Now, hang on a minute, Mrs. Dodds. I've got a few...
Well, if it isn't Godzilla and a little dragon slayer.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Oh, haven't you heard? I'm not good enough to stay here. Just came back to pick up my stuff.
You left of your own free will, if you recall.
As I recall, lady, you came the heavy just because I came home a bit smashed.
Precisely. Well, you're quite welcome to stay here, provided you follow the rules. They're posted up now in every room, so there can be no excuse.
You're off your head, dearie. I'm not about to join a bloody convent.
Look, I don't want to interfere, but don't you think you should go a little bit easy until you get the women's trust?
That could take all year. I'm here to run this halfway house the way it should be run, not worry about popularity polls. And if people feel they can't obey the rules, whether they're residents or employees, they're perfectly free to leave.
Fair.
I notice no one's bothered to set the table for dinner. And what's not fair, Jodie?
She's just carrying on. This is my turn with the TV and I want to watch Dracula's Last Rites. It's a late movie.
Oh, really? Well, in future, there's no need for argument because the television set will be switched off at 10 o'clock sharp.
Oh, what? You gotta be kidding.
Not at all. 10 o'clock is quite late enough for anyone to be up. No, I shall personally see the set is switched off and the front door is bolted. Is that clear?
Well, we've always stayed up as late as we like.
Well, I would suggest if you wish to continue doing so, you move elsewhere. If you stay here, you obey the rules.
Ollie, please. Talk some sense to her.
That'll do, Leanne. Mr. Wallace is employed here. It's not up to him to countermand my orders, and I would thank you to remember that in future. And table?
She thinks she's in the bloody army.
Yeah, just ride with her a bit longer. Maybe she's just settling in, you know?
Well, does that mean that you won't help us?
It means I can't, Jodie. She's the boss.
Thanks a heap. For nothing.
I've got no money. I can stay, can't I?
Yeah, I guess it's...
10 o'clock. Switch the TV set off while I lock the door. I don't know what you're doing here. You will have to leave. I'm about to lock the door.
Please, Mrs. Dodds. I've got nowhere to go.
We could give her a bed for the night, Alison. In
No,
the
I
morning.
won't have it. She's a very bad influence on the other girls. There's no place for drunken rebels here.
Well,
For God's sake, what are we doing here? They're not perfect. They don't pretend to be. We're supposed to be helping them with their problems.
Oh, we all have problems. And I will thank you to let me deal with Driscoll House in my own way. Now, if you don't mind, I wish to lock the door.
you rotten, cold-hearted bitch. She's killing this place, Wally. It's finished now. She's taken over. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm beginning to wonder that myself. Come on.
And I won't tell you again. Off. You're missing the point, Mr. Wallace. Now, the department employed me to do this job. That's the Department of Corrective Services. Now, if we are to have a corrective effect on these women, discipline must be the key word, surely.
No!
Oh, Mr. Wallace.
Well, only up to a point. You don't seem to understand the reason these women are here in the first place. They've been trodden on by practically every person in this so-called Christian society, and we're their last hope. They need understanding, not a book of rules.
Oh, I've heard all this before. Very idealistic, but doesn't work out that way. Good, strong discipline is what's needed, Mr. Wallace. Look, I've seen people who can't sink any lower suddenly find a new purpose in life.
The only reason they do what they're told is because their spirit's broken. That's not a purpose in life. That's resignation. Is that what you want to do to these women? Break their spirit?
I'm not prepared to stand here and argue with you any longer, Mr. Wallace. If you don't approve of the way I run things, I suggest you complain to the department.
I've already done that. I don't know who to feel sorrier for. The women or you.
You said last night we could come to you if we had a problem.
No, that's what I'm here for. How can I help you?
It's my husband. He's got this terrible temper, and when he's had a few drinks, he knocks me around.
Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, do you?
Oh, it's not that simple. See, I still really love him, and I want to go back.
That would be a very stupid thing to do.
Oh, but it wasn't all bad. Well, we had some really good times together. It's just that... Well, I don't know what to do for the best.
There's no question. You stand on your own 2 feet and you make a life for yourself, otherwise you'll never have any self-respect.
What do you mean, never go back?
Oh, well, you're better able to make that decision when you've got yourself all sorted out.
Oh, you make it sound easy, but... Well, I've never been out on my own before. I don't know if I could make it.
Oh, nonsense. Well, I've given you my advice. It's up to you whether you take it or not.
You call that advice? It's all right for you. You know how to look after yourself.
Well, so can you. That's what Driscoll House is here for, to help you stand on your own 2 feet.
No! No, I can't handle being on my own! I need rest! I don't care how much you love me around, I'm gonna go back! Stop it! I want to go back!
What the hell's going on here?
I gotta stay there. Please, you gotta help me!
Oh, no, come on. Sit down
I
here.
took Susan, he wants her back, he's coming after me.
Daphne, get a cup of tea with you. Don't worry, we'll take care of everything.
But he's drunk whenever he's wagged.
Don't
he's
worry,
really
we're used to
violent.
handling these sort of places.
Oh, yeah, with a gun.
Get your ass out of here, bitch! I want me kid!
He'll kill us. Oh, no, he will.
Police are on their way. Look, get away from the window, come on. What's his name?
One.
We'll get you upstairs. Daphne, get her up to my room.
I want to be near a door.
You stay near. Wally, stay with them. Shut the door. I'll see if I can reason with him.
I'm coming with you.
Well, all right then, but you stay absolutely still. Now you go on, get upstairs quickly. Are you there, Wayne? Your wife and baby are safe. Now you don't want them hurt, do you? Take them out to the other room. Right, to the back. I'm opening the door, Wayne.
Where is she, you bitch?
And she's frightened for the baby now. Why can't we talk about this?
Get Susie and Claire now!
All right. Just put the gun down. Somebody might get hurt.
Well, the doctor's on his way.
Well, she was damn lucky.
The graze is bad enough. You sure you're all right? Anything you want?
Oh, no, thanks, Wally. I'll be all right. Look, it's Claire I'm really worried about. Will her husband be released?
No, we'll be holding on to him for a while. You risked your life, Mrs. Dodds. It's not very wise.
Oh, well, in this job you have to make quick decisions. They may not be the right ones, but you can't regret them afterwards. No, I'm really worried about Claire. Look, if she comes back tonight, Wally, could you look after her? I'm feeling a bit shaken up.
We'll be in touch in a couple of days, Mrs. Dodds. Thanks again for your help, and you take care of yourself.
Oh, I couldn't be in better hands.
How's the arm? Much pain?
No, not really. Oh, the flowers are very nice. Where are they from?
The women bought them for you this morning.
Would you say the ice had finally broken?
I'd say so.
Well, I'm glad. It'll make working here so much easier.
Alice, I think it's time I moved on. No, let me explain. When I originally came here, it was to help my friend Judy. When she went back inside, I promised I'd stay on to see the place was run as she wanted it to be. But now I see nothing at all wrong with the way you're running the place. So I'm not really needed anymore.
Well, I know we'd get on much better now.
I know we would. But I think it's time.
All right. And thanks, Wally.